black people who are, I would say at least maybe from 40 down, their idol when it comes to art is Jean-Michel Basquiat. And I know that you've done videos
Yo, that shit is so funny to me, son. Because you're not bullshit. That shit is so funny to me.
He is the representation of black art. Yo. Now, he's not just representation of black art because people mimic his work.
Sure.
People actually mimic his look.
Mm-hmm.
From Jay-Z to J. Quan on the street.
Yeah.
What do you think about Basquiat being our point of reference when, the white community has, a plethora. There's so many artists that you can name. And this is he's our Leonardo da Vinci, so to speak.
Right. I think it's hilarious. I really think it's just really funny. And I think Aaron Douglas and Romare Beard and I'm just like, word, that's your... Oh, it really is hilarious to me.
Are you a fan of his work?
Fuck no. I mean, I'm a fan of people liking what they like. Because I like Rurouni. I like Kenshin. I love Inuyasha. I'm a fan of people liking what they like. Right? Am I a fan of the way the work looks? No. I don't think... most of the I don't think Basquiat had anything to do with how he's seen now. And that's not my issue. My issue is that he is the idol for a lot of black creatives, but not because black creatives chose him. It's because the Eurocentric art world chose him. If black people all came together and chose him the way we chose Michael Jordan, I wouldn't have shit to say.
Why do you think him, though? Why him?
Because he's the only nigga they let in the gallery. He made them feel safe. How he did that in the 1980s, I don't know. And that's and then you get into where I'm just like, this is weird. So you telling me he got into the art gallery and met all them people because he did a graffiti piece on the door? And then he let him in? And then he met Warhol? And his life changed forever? I don't know what happened. Cool, whatever. I'm just saying, in the 1980s during the crack epidemic, there was a black man that made white people in the art world feel safe enough to collaborate with him and to patronize him. How exactly did that happen? Exactly. Don't just tell me what you saw in the movie. What exactly happened to make them feel comfortable with a black man with that kind of hair in the 1980s? It's different now because it's illegal for you to judge somebody and get on a job based on their hair. This is 2021. It's 1980s in New York. How did he pull that off?
I have a theory. He had a white girlfriend, white friends. So, if he was already in a situation where he's already around white people, then it's not unlikely that he would meet another white person. And I think as black people, I don't think that we fully understand how our network is related to our neighborhood and our race. We know a lot of black people because we're black. I don't know that many Asian people. I mean, I could say that comfortably. Like, I don't know that many. They don't spend much time around black people. They don't encourage their children to. They don't encourage their neighbors to. I mean, it's not encouraged. For what? Why would people need to be around black people? We don't really have that much to offer in a financial sense.
I get it.
A lot of ways. So, if you have a white girlfriend, I have friends that dated white girls, and they would be talking to people who are millionaires, who are CEOs, even just working with people, with white people, and hearing about the people that they know. It's really amazing.
Yeah.
And working with the guy, his neighbor got him a job. Now he's making over $100,000 a year.
Look at that.
And even if you watch like Vlad TV interviews, and you see sometimes he'll interview white people, their stories are drastically different than the black people that are on it. I mean, their stories are like, there's a guy, I think he was on the Breakfast Club actually, and he was doing sneakers, and they were called like Belushi or something. They were some sneaker. They came out, they were hot for like a year. And he was talking about how he was like 9 years old collecting these sneakers and selling them, and I'm like, how the fuck does a 9-year-old even get to think about collecting and selling sneakers?
Was it a dude from Kith?
No, it's not him.
Okay.
But even his story.
Yeah, his story is that, like, to your point.
Stories about how there's this, the network. It really plays a big part. So that's my theory on Basquiat. Having a lot of white friends, because if you notice, there weren't really any black people in that documentary.
Oh.
I think the closest one was
Fab Five was around.
Fab Five, that was like the only one, and Al Diaz,
yeah.
the guy that he did the same old graffiti with.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was what I think happened.
I think you're 100% right, but again, here's the only caveat to your theory. If Basquiat was Eddie Murphy, they'd have laughed him out the gallery. So it's not just about proximity; it's about him. Again, and that's where it's like, I wasn't there, neither were you, so I don't know how he did whatever the fuck. This is a black man in the 1980s that got into this part of culture. And God bless him, like, whatever, but it's unfortunate. And then also, I think about, unfortunately, his addiction. He was a heroin addict. And that's not to say, as much as it is to say, could it be that he was being taken advantage of? Could it be that he should have been the first artist billionaire if he survived? And if he was treated right by the people he was working with? They could have treated him like gold. I don't know. But someone facing a heroin addiction, I can only imagine how vulnerable they can be. And that's a part of Basquiat's career that I rarely hear about. The relationship between his addiction and the art world. I don't know.
Okay. That's interesting. And like you said, you're not a fan of his work.
At all.
When I first seen the work, I was a fan of it. I was like, oh, I like this. What do you not like about the work that you don't just say, I don't like this? Because there are plenty of successful abstract artists. You know, do you not like abstract art?
I love abstract art. I think Rothko is one of the best abstract artists ever. Franz Klein, a lot of minimal artists or people that use a limited palette in the abstraction space that have done amazing, incredible work.
But I mean, if you're watching this and you've never seen a Rothko painting, it's
go look it up.
It's something to look
at.
You're
gonna be mad at
about 2 or 3 colors, you know.
Correct.
What do you like about that you don't like about, like, what stands out to you about that type of work?
So what stands out and what doesn't stand out is irrelevant, because that's about what it looks like. Basquiat's work is a missed opportunity for me, in my opinion, as a black artist, because it lacks clear intention. You can say what you want about Rothko's content.
You sure he lacks clear intention?
I think it looks like he has a theme, but I think when you're an artist who can be noted for doing art on refrigerator doors, for me, you don't take this seriously enough. That's me. Everyone doesn't need that. I stay up until 4, 6, 8, 9, 12 o'clock in the morning to make work like this. That's John in the middle. I take this seriously. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. That's my relationship with the arts. And mine, in my personal opinion, is a bit more philosophical in that I'm looking for ways to help myself grow and develop, and I'm looking for ways to utilize art in mass to service people. If you like the finished work, like it, love it, gain energy from this perspective of me not liking it and like it even more. But I have a right to not enjoy it. It looks unintentional. It looks like he doesn't take it seriously. I don't think he has actual skill. I don't think he has actual technique. And the sight of words on fine art paintings makes me frustrated.
Well, why?
Because you are cheating. In my opinion. Do what you want. Do what you want. In my opinion. In my opinion. Now, if you need that crutch to communicate what you want to communicate visually, be down. You're not going to be in the same league as Justin Bua. You're not going to be in the same league as John in the Middle. You're not going to be in the same league as Kara Walker and James Carey Marshall. And if you can sleep at night with that, then I don't give a fuck. But I don't think it's as strong as a work of art that depends solely on images. And that's me. If you want to add words to images, that's design. And that has its place. I'm a designer as well. We can get into that. But let's get into that. That exists over here. That exists over here. Art has shared the space with everything except itself for time untold. You put it next to an editorial, now it's illustration. You put words on it, now it's a design. And this motherfucker want to put it in a museum like it's something that needs to be stared at the same way you should appreciate a Franz Klein or a Georgia O'Keeffe. That's so masterfully done that it doesn't fucking need a crutch like some words. And now Basquiat and Georgia O'Keeffe are the same. No. He's not the same as Kahlo. He ain't doing the same thing as Gauguin or Picasso even, or Jacob Lawrence or Mary Bearden. At all. And be down for whatever it is he's doing, but it ain't that. And there has to be a space where fine art is respected and venerated and supported and protected as it should be. And that's what I think, based on my experience, the film I made, the books I read, the people I interviewed, the museums I traveled to, the residencies I attended, the art college I attended, the work and practice I do and learn from. Whatever anyone else does, God bless them. Mm-hmm. This is my opinion based off of what I do. If your opinion is based off of what you feel, respect. But just remember, that's it. Mine is based off of how I feel, what I've read, who I've spoken with, my experience, and what I know. So feel how you want. But that's what I think about that based on my experience. I'd love to hear what other people think.